We're going to see the first pick for our game number 1.
And we're going to have a quick little reset, it sounds like, so bring it to the stage. I thought it was going to show it to us, but apparently people are really tired of seeing us already, which is crazy because it's only the second time we've been up here.
Yeah, it's just wild. I mean, come on. When I saw Machamp get locked in, I thought, oh, and then I immediately heard, we're resetting.
That is the old...
That sounds about right,
bait
actually.
And switch.
Yep.
Bait and switch. We're watching them select a bunch of EXs here as they're motoring through the draft phase so we can get this thing restarted for you. One thing I have to note, you take a look at CakeKaLok, and you look at a gamer tag like Pufaza.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means to you, but to me, that is hilariously amazing, and I love it.
It's a strong name. I think so. Sun Sage, I feel like, is probably my favorite.
Sun Sage, yeah, it's clean. It's clean.
Yeah, I like it. I like that name. Of course, we have Legacy. They chose this team. You know, this is who they thought they could take down here. You're looking to have the easiest run through your bracket, you know, if possible. There's a lot of variance in Pokemon Unite. There are a lot of moments that just don't go your way. We just saw Orange Juicer's fusion. It was some burn damage from Chandelure that flipped a Rayquaza in their direction. So there are moments that you do everything you can, you just can't control. And when you're looking to control the most you can, you will pick the best team possible. That's what Legacy has tried to do right here.
Yeah, whether it's you just believe them, you just believe your team to be so much better than theirs, or you think, hey, we really understand their go-to strategy. We have it in us to counter that, kind of where we are most comfortable, so it's just a clean, stylistic matchup that you want. I mean, that's where they went. We're taking a look at CakeKaLok right here. Pufaza, Nadiza, Spoo, SCG, SGC. There's no way that's not going to gum me up. And then Sun Sage, which you said, great name, and I agree.
I think it's a hot one. CakeKaLok first place out of the Thailand qualifier for Asia Pacific West. A strong team, but they didn't make it here through the top of the bracket, right? They're not the first seed out of their group, so obviously this was one that you could choose to run into. There are a lot of hard teams that you had to choose between. I don't feel like there were any choices that were the easy choice.
No, they're taking a look at Legacy. All names are familiar with. Mazo said how important it was for this team to stick together. They think they have good synergy. Mazo, Falb, Lel, Salto, and Wolf right there.
That's right. Legacy, last year we saw them get to 5th place. We saw them take down Talibobo Believers, a team that a lot of people had clocked as maybe the best in the world. They beat them in groups. They head to 5th. Year before that, they had an unfortunate run, lost in groups. They are on an upward trend. They're getting better and better. They're placing better and better. They looked amazing on day 1, and now we're heading here into day number 2. They struggled a little bit up top against Luminosity. They went down to them 1-2, but were able to do very well in their groups moving forward.
Yeah, and actually, they bounced back from that incredibly well. They took that loss, and then they haven't lost since. They just keep marching forward, and they've set themselves up for another opportunity to win. Let's get into draft right here as we're taking a look. Blaziken going to be the first thing dialed in, and a slow bro for Legacy.
And it's actually Umbreon for this next pick right here. Final ban over to the side of Legacy is going to be the Dragonite. There are a few teams that are kind of known for their Dragonite. Obviously, I'm thinking of Zeta Division right here. There are just some teams that kind of play it so well that you feel like you have to target ban that thing.
Correct. I mean, just the Hyper Beam Secure that it has, its Unite move is incredibly underrated, I believe. And if you have the read, you got to ban it. Quickly locked in, though, by, this is going to gum me up, SCG, SGC, Urshifu. Now, we've seen both styles already this weekend. I wonder where they're comfortable, where they want to go. Lel getting the Hoopa.
Yeah, the Hoopa early here, and it looks like we're also bringing out the Cerulege. It feels like teams are bouncing back and forth between Cerulege and now Charizard, something that was looked at as maybe, you know, one of the more dominant forces in this tournament, is actually not getting much priority at all. Charizard not getting banned, not getting picked. Instead, we have Cerulege. We have Gyarados that I feel like is rising in popularity throughout our couple days here, right? Our next couple picks, hey, there you are, buddy. Charizard, and it looks like possibly Mamoswine over to the side of Legacy. Mamo is a really interesting one because it's kind of come out as a top-tier defender that I think a lot of people have been counting out for a while. And then we got Char. we're going to see if a lot of teams have been right to avoid it.
Right. Crustle kind of making its way back. We've only seen a couple teams lean in that direction, and at one point it felt like Crustle was almost a first pickable Pokemon because in that defender slot it was so strong.
Here we go. Next 2 picks. We are looking at Blastoise and we are looking at Eldegoss. So we've seen a little Blastoise this tournament, especially we're going to reference Zeta Division again. Kokata's Blastoise has been pretty powerful. Blastoise, however, feels like it has fallen off a lot in the competitive scene. I'm surprised to see some of these teams pick it up, even if they are picking it up pretty late. However, that is a really tanky composition there from CakeKaLok.
It really is. Sustain and go for the finish, especially in the face of something like a Charizard that can't pick up a single target. It makes it more difficult on what that target has to be for Mazo to really leverage how many Unite moves they're going to get throughout this game. Again, taking a look at Blastoise, don't tell Zeta Division. Maybe CakeKaLok taking a page out of Zeta Division's book. You know, Dragonite needing to be banned, this Blastoise back in the mix. I'm interested to see if they're going to go Spin Pump like we've seen Zeta Division do.
Yeah, I think a lot of players have been playing that lately. It gives you that hindrance resistance, which is really nice, and you've still got that disruption. You have that burst over on the side of Legacy right here. I was waiting to see what items were kind of locked in on that Charizard. We've got the weakness policy, the scope lens, and we also have the curse bangle, which I think is a really strong choice. It turns Charizard not only into this really strong carry Pokemon, but you've also got the anti-healing for the enemy side.
Yeah, that's something that we'd like to see more of. We were actually talking to Inder in the back, who's with the Juicers this weekend, and saying, man, we kind of really need to get back on these cursed items. That's something we weren't really seeing yesterday, an adjustment we needed to make. And I think a lot of teams could learn from that. Cursed items, just that darn good.
And here we are getting ready for it. Our 2 teams heading into their first game now. CakeKaLok, your purple team. Legacy, your orange team. It's win or go home here in day 2 Doob Snacks. Let's get it started.
Let's get it started. Cup Food not being escorted by anyone over there. Just kidding. Gospel are sitting in their pocket as they're making sure that they can evolve. No invasion just yet. Mazo and company going to play this straight up.
And we can see Bob running towards this goal zone here, looking to stack, looking to try to steal some of this away, and they do. It's tough just being a little Magikarp all by yourself. Here comes the Cramorant to the top path as well, putting a lot of pressure on this top path. If you can shut down this Magikarp for a while, you'll be in a great position. We've seen a few Gyarados today evolve it, you know, before 9 minutes. Like, teams really get caught with it. If you can shut it down, however, it's going to be pretty weak for a while.
Cupfoo's still trying to get to that Urshifu so maybe they can hit a path and be impactful. They're actually pivoting downstairs, which makes an opportunity for maybe a personnel overload.
Yeah, it looks like it. Sending Gyarados downstairs as still as a Magikarp. We have 4 members of Legacy top, 4 members of CakeKaLok in the bottom path as they are pushing towards this goal zone, and the same is going to happen bottom.
Yeah, Naughty's just sitting there, what am I supposed to do here? And they immediately just walk away, and rightfully so, as their team is trying to do work in the bottom path. We'll see how both squads adjust as the scoreline, because of the counter pushes, stay pretty even.
It's interesting. It's like everyone left their path. Like, they completely left top path. They completely left bottom path. They're heading to try to get as much experience as they can. As you see, members of Legacy now in the central area of CakeKaLok trying to steal away as much of this as possible. Crustle trying to stop it. There's the Hurricane for the secure.
Nice secure by Wolf. Salto just being a bully on Nadiza, who hasn't evolved into Eldegoss just yet. Spoo getting picked up, put down, and tons of pressure going after them. Salto going to make it out after escaping the Rock Tomb.
Here we have Wolf. I feel like Wolf's Cramorant has just been silently carrying a lot of these games. It feels like every time it shows up, it makes really impactful plays. Lel in a lot of trouble right here. Big time bounces. They're looking to possibly break this bottom path, leaving it at 1 right now. Cram is here. Cerulege is here. They're slicing through them, seeing if they can pick up the KO on the Crustle.
Yeah, and they're going to get another one on the Urshifu. Listen, Lel might have gotten down, but they used the one move they could get off to get that portal on pad and bring through Legacy so they could make sure to stop the push and cobble together a counter push of their own.
And now they got 1 point on that goal zone. It's going to be a little tricky, but obviously they want that goal zone around because they have Hoopa. They have that amazing macro, being able to send your team top and bottom very easily. That's why CakeKaLok wanted to break that so badly, even trying to break it evenly with 1 big-time Unite move from the Cerulege, and they're going to keep pushing.
They're going to go after it. Salto not willing to follow up just yet. Falb doing all the work. There we go. A nice little engagement by Salto. Can't quite land the Fang to reposition. Now they're taking a lot of damage. Lel is there. Going to need a portal down to help somebody out. Soto able to get out of dodge, and nobody falls despite kind of everybody chucking moves at each other.
Yeah, that was pretty intense there. I thought CakeKaLok had a great defense, and Legacy actually making it out, somehow protecting the Mamo there. Really impressive plays. So we got a little bit of a fight getting ready to happen in this top path over Regieleki.
Yeah, Urshifu getting the bottom objective, going to give them that buff. Salto going straight for him, though. Rock Tomb doesn't catch anybody. Reposition is Pufaza, and they are flushed down real quick. Portal is there, and Regieleki is getting smothered by Legacy because their presence is all over the place. They actually pivot to the goal zone. They want to break this thing first, and they're going to be able to. 22 over.
Yeah, there we go. Nice little overcap in this top path as they're going to turn on this Regieleki. Bottom path, it did not go well for Legacy. It looks like Char and Urshifu were battling it out, but that Urshifu seemed to get the better of them with the secure. Charizard even did use the Unite move, but not able to take down Urshi.
And that's maybe what we're seeing, why teams are fading away from Charizard. If it's not able to scrap with an Urshifu, which is incredibly popular, it might not be worth that 1v1. Charizard are going to join the flanks of Legacy, and we're going to see if they do anything with this Regieleki here. Couple players positioned. Salto going in. Wolf goes straight for the engage. Salto jumps on top of Pufaza. Cram Unite is out. We're raining in some damage. We are spinning the wind. We're right on top of this Legacy squad, but it's Fob running the front line, going straight after Nadizan. Nice engagement. Hydro Typhoon kicks up a bunch. 2 players down instantly for Legacy, make it 3. Picking up, scoop, and score. No, we're going to burn them down. Can't quite get it. Crustle, bug type, is weak to fire. Is it? Question mark. Not today. Fob getting buckled, and all of a sudden Legacy said, we drew this up for a big W, and now we're sent packing quickly.
Yeah, really nice plays there by CakeKaLok. It was over the 5-minute mark. They had no jump pads, so I love the attempt there by Legacy, but they just weren't able to make anything happen, weren't able to make it there in time. Charizard Unite move got absolutely no value, and then they lost a big fight, giving up a ton of experience. I mean, look at the levels on the side of CakeKaLok. It's almost even 10s across, like something you never see is a team almost completely even, but when they all defended right there and picked up a lot of KOs, experience was just flooding to the side of CakeKaLok.
Lel trying to score on the backside, sussed out quickly by Urshifu. That is cut off as SCG is able to at least get some swabble in Altaria and is trying to keep pace with the Charizard on the other side. Falv goes straight in, the bounce to get out. Pufaza makes it back to Pad. Nadi's out topping them off. Sunsage looking for an opportunity to go back in, but it's Legacy looking at this Regirock here. Fire Blast on it, we're going to start spitting some flames. Salto with the engage. Ice Fang to pick them up, put them down, secured by Mazo, and now they're going up. Another pick up and slam down, and SCG is gone instantly. We're still Hydro Typhooning, hitting up 3 targets. Can we convert on Elise Salto? They're pretty low. No, it looks like they're going to catch this portal. They can't get displaced by the Rock Tomb.
This is why we've seen so much Hoopa banned throughout this tournament, right? I mean, the plays that you were able to make with this Pokemon are just insane. Having this goal zone up at 1 is just giving them that hyperspace highway up and down the map. Beautiful portals back to base, resetting their team. And Legacy, even though they took kind of a bad fight at that tier 2, feels like they're in control of this match, setting up another objective for them as they all pour down to the bottom path to try to stop this.
They have to try and stop it too. Pufaza into the back line, Spoo all over Salto, getting the space. Nice little bounce backwards, and they're able to convert on a quick KO there. Fob going to start slashing, slicing, and dicing in the front line, running straight at them. Spoo on the backside of this goal zone, trying to line up a Rock Tomb, maybe to buy an opportunity for Pufaza to pounce, but no, nobody jumping back through that portal. The job is done.
Yeah, beautiful stuff there from Legacy. Really great reaction to what they were trying to do in the bottom path. Now heading back up to the top path to try to rip this apart. Of course, CakeKaLok can make the same play, but with these goal zones up, they're able to bring the team down as soon as they take this Reggie. The question is anyone going to hold Regieleki's hand and walk with it on the beach towards this tier 2, or are they going to head down to the bottom path for defense? CakeKaLok is going to need to decide how they want to defend and if they want to push.
Well, they've got 2 players committed to watching this Regieleki to make sure it doesn't get too crazy and the points don't go in. On the backside here, we're seeing a little 3v2 as we're going to have another Basement Reggie spawning in a couple moments.
And here we go, Basement Reggie getting ready to hit the map. 30 seconds until our first Rayquaza of this series. Wolf just being extremely aggressive and annoying in and out with the dive, and then the Hurricanes for the secures. Seeing a little bit of a Dark Bear on the side of CakeKaLok. Interesting that both shades of Urshifu are getting tons of play here at the World Championship.
It's a great Pokemon, and right now no exception. Registeel is just above half HP. We're going to see if these teams want to turn this into a Ray fight right now.
Yeah, we're going to see if they want to push in. Possible just easy secure with the single strike right here. They're looking for it. Gyarados moves in. Single strike takes it, and they catch Gyarados.
Immediately, Pufaza gets buckled. Portal is down to save the Ceruledge. Hydro Typhoon doesn't hit us. Soul Spraggles, and now we're just going to push forward. Charizard Unite is out. We're starting to burn down. Cram, Unite repositioned by Wolf. Salto's putting the pressure on 2 players down. KO's Trinket 2 for Salto. They're all over this goal zone. The X-Scissor comes through, but it doesn't displace anybody for much value. We have the rings unbound on top of Ray. Everybody pulls through to be saved. Mazo is down. 15 seconds till they come back. Is this an opportunity for CakeKaLok to come back in? Stun down. Spoo goes down. Sunsage is by themselves. They can't do anything yet. And all of a sudden, Legacy's going to be able to get a clean reset and get ready for another one.
Take a breather, Legacy, but CakeKaLok might not want to let you rest on your laurels as they're pushing forward towards this Rayquaza. Salto looking for a pick, and they get it!
Ice Fang picks up Sunsage and puts them down. Half of HP is Ray. Sunsage on the backside. Nice bounce. Doesn't really pick up a quality target, though. Instantly, Ceruledge gets buckled. 2 players down. This might be the best chance that CakeKaLok has. Can CakeKaLok lock in on this Ray? Pufaza's so low. Hoopa comes through by Lel and trying to leverage a KO, and they do get it. Spoo peeling back. They don't have enough damage. It's just the support core for CakeKaLok left.
That's right. There's not much on the side of CakeKaLok here. There's not much on the side of Legacy, but CakeKaLok is behind on the scoreboard. 42 seconds left. They have that Tier 1 goal zone. If they're able to make a hero play and somehow get 50 points in there, they are able to come back and win this game. Less than 100 between these teams mean these Tier 1 goal zones have to be watched by Legacy. On the other side, CakeKaLok has a few options. They might be going with it. The rip on Rayquaza with 20 seconds left.
They're going to see, oh, nice Ceruledge Unite on a couple targets, forcing out the Hydro Typhoon, reposition the eject button. Falba's on the backside. Wolf uses their Cram Unite. Ray is getting so low. There's going to be 10 seconds left. Taken by the Urshifu. If they can scramble and score, they've got a chance. We got Mazo scoring on the backside. Hoopa as well. Ceruledge is going for it. They're running out of time, Spraggles. I don't think they're going to get it done.
It's so close. We didn't get the score top. They scored bottom. Charizard broke top. Cramorant was fighting bottom. I truly don't know who won this match.
Well, let's take a look as the bars rail up. CakeKaLok! CakeKaLok, are you kidding? 379 to 368 by the Razor's Edge.
Absolutely unbelievable here as our teams on stage are waiting.
As we are also waiting.
379, 368. CakeKaLok, unbelievable.
10 seconds left. They take Ray, scramble to score. Legacy's peeling to try and mitigate that damage, and they just fall shades short. 9 points.
Unbelievable. I mean, those moments, you know, it all came down to those final moments. I was wondering, Doob Snacks, in the top path, when they broke that Tier 1, you know, one had 25, the other had 50, you know, so they got the big 100 there. I was wondering if that 25 going in could have made the difference, right? But it turns out they didn't need.
Some people wouldn't want to stop the show for that. We do.
We absolutely do. And I know a lot of people are saying, hey, are you really stopping the action to look at yourselves? Yeah, we are, but we're right back into it. CakeKaLok up 1 game on Legacy in a crazy final 20 seconds. We have the bans coming in. Umbreon, Blaziken, Slowbro on the side of Legacy. Final ban coming out right now, and then they're going to have 2 picks back-to-back after CakeKaLok takes that first step.
Legacy going after that Urshifu, which kind of spelled demise for them in that first game. So pivoting away from the Dragonite, which raises the question, is CakeKaLok going to grab a Dragonite now that it's available?
Yeah, we're going to have to see. They had a wild game 1.
They really
I think a game 1 that they don't want to replicate. So yes,
first pick.
We are grabbing
First
that
pick.
Dragonite over to the side of Legacy. We're going to see how they want to counter this and what they want to bring here. We have Mime and we have Ceruledge being locked in. The interesting thing about Dragonite, given that it has such good rip, given that it has such good secure, and you're 1 game up on your opponents, you can get kind of wild around Rayquaza. You have a game to give, and if you take a weighted flip, if you will, where you're about 70% to win the whole thing, well, you could punch your ticket to the next round of this tournament against a monster team like Legacy.
That's very true. I like that Lel is back on the Hoopa. I think their Hoopa play in that first game was exceptional. Ceruledge back in the hands of Falb right now. Mazo going to the Charizard. So we're seeing a lot of the similar things we've seen from game one. And if I'm Legacy, like you said, I wouldn't be super concerned. Like, yes, you lost, so there's some level of concern, obviously. But their strategy,
you actually want to win some of these games.
As it turns out, you do want to win the games. But their strategies seemed fairly sound until, again, the final moments.
Yeah, it was those last 20 seconds, and we talked about it. They had a lot to try to cover. They had a lot to try to cover. They also had a possibility of just them getting Rayquaza and the match being over right there, right? Now we're looking at CakeKaLok, pretty similar to what we saw last time, but they do have this Dragonite. Blastoise is back. Gyarados is here. Crustle once again, which looked incredible. Defender that we're seeing a lot of earlier in the season, a lot less of here at Worlds. Now onto the side here of Legacy, we've got the Gardevoir. Few teams pulling this out, and it's almost always a final pick.
Yeah, it's a great spot for it, right? You get all the information you need because Gardevoir really swings in both directions. It can either be an absolute travesty or it can have those hero plays like we saw like at the final stretch, for example. But that all comes down to that fairy singularity gobbling up multiple targets, or if it's only a single target, it better darn well be the right one.
You also want to make sure that what's on the other side isn't an absolute monster that just chases you all over the map, right? You don't want to see a Zoroark over there. You don't want to see something that's going to dive into the backline super easily like mimic you and just boop, get rid of you here. And since they don't see that, they feel pretty comfortable bringing that out here in game number 2. Legacy did drop a game here, but it does feel like they're in control of this series. If they can just get themselves back in the headspace they were game 1, recognize that, hey, things went bad in the last little sliver of that match. We won't let that happen again. I think they can take game 2 here.
I agree. I mean, Legacy played well.
Absolutely. Legacy played amazingly. As we take a look at the trophies, what they're playing for, as we head into game number 2. CakeKaLok, your purple team. Legacy, your orange team. Legacy needs this one for Brazil to stay alive in this tournament.
I really want to see what this Dragonite does. If it has the fear of Legacy to draw out that game 1 ban, I have to imagine if it's worth a first pick for CakeKaLok, it's going to come unglued. Lel immediately running across the map to try and harass this Dratini as they're trying to get leveled up.
Yeah, you can see Eldegoss making their way right there. Once again, great secures here for Falb and Lel. They play this top path so well together, and they're going to just pull away from this fight. They have to, obviously, because if they go down and get KO'd by Magikarp early, it could be devastating for Legacy.
Nice little Magician pluck to put a berry right in front of Falb to actually keep the push from continuing to happen out of CakeKaLok. Spoo evolving early this game compared to last. Crustle before 9.
And here we go, Mazo up in this top path as Charmeleon with a beautiful little cape on. The Dark Lord Charizard will make its way to this match as they're going to push in, looking to pick something up on Magikarp, now pulling back because here comes the Dragonair.
Danger Noodles there. They're going to catch a reset, which means Spoo and company are going to be able to take as much of that as they can. They're going for an engage, though. It's a 4-on-4. Swinub forced to peel back. Nice Rock Tomb to provide separation, and things need to settle down. SCG getting some pressure put on them, but Spoo right behind them for support.
Yeah, and SCG, you can see why they banned out this Dragonite early on in that last match here. They don't want to deal with it. Clearly a comfort pick for him. Soto in a little bit of trouble right here, trying to secure that, and it looks like it heads over to the side of CakeKaLok.
Great Rock Tomb there by Spoo to cut off Legacy from their own buff, and then, of course, securing it so they're leaving with that purple buff for themselves. Blue buff. It looks blue to me, but people say it's purple. I don't know.
Yeah, the people who say it's purple are absolutely crazy, even though I know it's supposed to be purple. But I know what the color blue looks like. I'm not insane.
We're not insane.
Here we go. Altaria Swablu in the center here. Really, no one from Legacy is going to decide to fight over this. Instead, they're sending their Pokemon top path, possibly looking to score, possibly looking to fight this Gyarados here. Falb's going to have to try to run right now, although Charizard is online.
And that's what you need. It actually forces them to just settle down because it looked like SCG and Puvaza really wanted to go for an engagement, but Mazo ticking over being Charizard was enough to say, okay, let's pump the brakes, Chief.
And now we have a possible opportunity for a fight top 4 members of Legacy. Once again, looking to put some pressure on here in this top path. Gyarados is going to bounce and run away from this engagement as Swablu and Altaria pop up. Looks like all of this is going to easily go over to the side of Legacy.
Salto just hanging out. 4 players there. They're looking for a push. Spoo on the backside, going to see if they can trap somebody in the rock tomb. Fall doing a great job on the front line. Spoo engages, actually kind of gets stunned quickly. Nobody catches that portal for a reset. It was a little bit of a, look over here so we can peel back the other way.
I love that Phantom Force on CeruLedge right there. Obviously, you can avoid a lot, and one thing you can easily dodge is that Hyper Beam, and they did. Regieleki just being ripped apart here by CakeKaLok with an easy secure. This is what you have to worry about with Dragonite. If you leave it alone with an objective, it's theirs.
I can't understate its Unite move as well. I feel like it is very slept on. And if SCG is that good at Dragonite, them being able to motor around the map and almost match the Hoopa and what it can do is going to be invaluable.
Nice plays here by CakeKaLok, just making sure they could get all the experience possible and all the Eos energy into that goal zone, waiting for the biggest overcap they could, and they're also shutting down these goals. It's something that you would really like to do when you have a Hoopa on the other side of the map. Cut off their ability to move around. Dragonite Unite just to save itself and run away as we have another push towards this top tier 1 goal zone. Crustal in some trouble. Legacy continuing the push right now, looking for the KO. They get it, and they're assaulting this tier 1.
Yeah, this is going to be tough for Naughty's out to cover by themselves. Sunsage steps up, and they actually have Pufaza jump in for the cover on the big bounce over the wall. Enough, again, to keep Legacy from keeping this push going.
And here we go. They've been hiding this Gardevoir right here. The question is, are they going to be able to catch anyone with it? And they do get a couple with that big-time Unite move. They're continuing this fight. CeruLedge is looking for the Gyarados right now. Big-time Dragon Breath and Hoopa goes down. They're moving in for it, but the bounce pulls them away from the fight. They're continuing to push up here in the top path, trying to chase this Gyarados, using the Unite move to leave, while Dragonite just scoring in the bottom path, putting them up 201-133. Charizard stuck in a rock tomb, but it doesn't turn out to be their coffin today.
I love the way CakeKaLok is playing this game
Yes.
right now. Holy, that Gyarados Unite, you'd think that's like not a value expenditure, but just getting out is worth its weight in gold for this team. 201-133, CakeKaLok is grooving, and I can see how well they're playing around this Dragonite.
Yeah, we have 2 objectives coming up right now. Hoopa is still level 8. I haven't seen how close they are to 9 yet, so I'm not sure if they're going to be able to pull anyone top or bottom or not. We have multiple members of CakeKaLok looking to see which objective they are going to. You can just send Dragonite bottom by themselves, but we have 5 members of Legacy top. Dragonite does look like they're heading to take the bottom objective solo. Regieleki going down to the side of Legacy, uncontested.
Well, Dragonite has their Unite move. They're going to be able to move a chunk of this map. Rock Tomb there to start slowing things down. Mazo plays forward, scoops and scores and burns down Pufaza. Flushing them down yet again. Regieleki's on the doorstep here. Nice CeruLedge engagement back the other way. Hydro Typhoon kicks up all 3 players. Can Fob convert into something? 3 players down instantly. And there's Nadiza that bites the dust. This goal zone also gone.
Beautiful, big-time numbers there for Legacy, and you see the importance of these overcaps, especially dupe stacks, with how close that last match was. I mean, imagine if you just would have scored a little bit more in this goal, a little bit more in that goal. Right now, they are up by only 5 points, but they are up. If no one scores throughout the rest of this match, we'll have another nail-biter of a game score-wise. It feels like positionally, level-wise, score-wise, these 2 teams feel very even this game, but I feel like CakeKaLok is actually performing a lot better than they did in Game 1.
I agree. Keeping pace, though, and unrattled is Legacy. They're playing well. They have the slightest level advantage on their big characters here. 13 on CeruLedge is actually going to lead the pack in Thea Sky Ruins. We're going to see where they're going to engage as Spoo is just kind of running around and SCG not going to let themselves get caught. Pufaza jumps on Lel. Lel desperately trying to get away. If they nab this portal, I think they'll feel pretty good, and they do.
And we have 2 members of Legacy actually running towards this tier 2 goal zone. Blastoise has a pretty good idea that that's happening. Landing on them immediately, rapid spin, water spout, putting the damage in, seeing if they can stop them on this goal zone. And we have Wolf there, ready to possibly unite. You could throw a Gardevoir Unite pretty late, but it looks like they actually peel back from this fight. 240 now to 206 in the hands of CakeKaLok.
And now it looks like Pufaza's up top. They're eyeing down this Regieleki to see what they can do with this opportunity. 5 seconds till Regieleki hits the map. We've got about 10 until a basement Regi, and of course Ray right around the corner.
That's right, and Dragonite can just head to this bottom objective by themselves anytime they want. Gyarados kind of getting an eye on what's happening with Regieleki. These 2 teams are just going to trade objectives right here. Legacy is behind, so if this Regieleki walks, they could make a sneaky play, but at the same time, CakeKaLok knows this. They can counter it. A lot of the times when a Pokemon runs towards that tier 2, they end up getting caught, and then the Rayquaza fight is much easier for their side. Regice heads over to the side of CakeKaLok. Point advantage to CakeKaLok. Match advantage to CakeKaLok. If Legacy loses this Rayquaza fight, their tournament surely is over as we prepare for Ray to hit the map in 2 seconds. Rayquaza is here. The position from both of these teams is strong. They're poking each other out to find out exactly where everyone is. They don't know where this Gyarados is. They don't know where this Dragonite is. Legacy pretty bunched up right here with a catch on Crustle.
And Spoo's going down very quickly. They rabble-rouse and eject in. They're going straight towards Mazo. They have a portal down, but nobody's really taking damage. Right back into the middle is Salto. Tons of damage. Charizard picks up a Unite move. Dragonite takes to the skies. Very Singularity catches a couple, but no conversion on KOs quite yet. Spoo finally goes down as Lil pops the ring unbound. Salto's all over Pufaza. They are gone. 2 players down now for CakeKaLok. They are getting cooked in their own kitchen here, and the bake temperature is 350. We're going for it. Rayquaza getting left alone as Mazo's back capping that burger. It's going to go in, and now they have the advantage.
They have the advantage here, 240 to 306. This is the position they were in last time. There's still time on the clock, and CakeKaLok can still look for a fight. Saltao caught right here by this Rock Tomb. Regieleki just being hit a little bit by this Eldegoss, seeing what can happen. Here comes Dragonite pushing forward. The multi-scale passive is proc, so they're going to lose that damage reduction now. We have Cerulege moving up, and they're looking for another possible engagement here.
Salto jumps right in with the Earthquake, trying to catch a target on the backside. Follow-up, eyes down. Pufaza, they're getting so low, they bounce over low. They're KO'd by Mazo. Salto on the backside going to catch a reset. They're flipping on Ray, and they're going to need this one in a big way. KO String 2 for Mazo. Can they secure Hyper Beam? CakeKaLok gets it! CakeKaLok gets it! Now they need a scramble and score. There's just enough time on the clock for them to take a lead, but we've got the back cap action happening, and Sunsage chomping on burgers.
How is it possible we're in the exact same position we were last time? Points going into this main goal zone. It looks like Legacy scores another 80, but here comes Dragonite with 100 points. It's scoring in this top path. It's going to be so close. 440, 492. Dragonite is still picking up points. CakeKaLok is trying to stop the rest of Legacy at their home goal zone. Dragonite's coming to score. Dragonite has 30 points right now. The points go in. Dragonite scores 60.
Oh my God, I think CakeKaLok just got it done. Put some frosting on top of that one. Let's see the score.
500 to 492. CakeKaLok takes down Legacy.
Oh, shot, brother. Are you kidding me? Dragonite's the business, my friend.
Oh,
Dragonite's the business. Come on, baby. Hyper Beam was with us the whole time. We slept on it, but it never went anywhere. Holy smokes.
What an insane 2 games between these teams.
Are you kidding? CakeKaLok!
I mean, what are these 2 games? 15